And like how many drinks am I expected to consume? Hi, my name is Quintin Pastrana. I run a renewable energy company in the Philippines, expanding to Southeast Asia. And when I clocked off work, it's close to 6 p.m. I've got a road trip ahead tomorrow up north in the Philippines. Gotten all the paperwork cleared, and I'm not driving, it's about time to knock off a bit. Nordis is my go-to choice. It's a Galician gin. It smells of perfume, but it's a very, very potent, robust, and beautiful drink. So let's start. It'll be a cheers for you and Esquire and for allowing me to feature my favorite drink. Beyond my renewable energy role at We Energy Power Philippines, my philanthropy is building libraries. I think it's important for us to have a national discourse that's not intellectual per se, but really full of inquiry, full of desire to find solutions that will bind us together regardless of our political differences, and find a way to unite as a nation. And the way to do that really is through pure literacy, and literacy that allows you to engage each other, find meaning together. And that's really how we solve problems, whether it be something personal or, more importantly, societal. Pain points do get solved with shared interests, and the way to do that has to have a inquiring mindset, and reading does that for you. So that's really why we're building libraries across the country. We have 1,001 as on record. We really want to make sure that there is a culture of discourse, inquiry, and solutions building, and that happens with the magical and transformative act of reading. That you have a respect for the other, you have a respect for the transcendent third that brings you together to solve problems. And really, reading does that. Here's a good reading. Okay. Well, to be sarcastic, I know who you voted for. But seriously speaking, at least more seriously speaking, I think, you might as well be dead. Even if it's the most babaw thing, like where to eat or how to hang out, who to pick for your loved one, or who do you stay as friends with, or work on projects or invest in projects with, those are important things to have. And if you don't have that progressive, inquiring mindset, that openness, then you pretty much have a litmus test of who not to hang out with or cut off from your social media pages, which I've done quite happily. This time I'll be a little adventurous because I finished it. I will have a bit of lambanog. At the end of the day, to know yourself well enough, you need to have fewer distractions. You need to have an electronic leash cut off, and that's easier said than done. I'm the biggest violator of that principle. Having said that, though, my flat, which is right next door, which is why it's so easy to drink as much as I can, has no Wi-Fi, has no cable, has no TV, because I will definitely mess my life up by having that. So no distractions is the first thing that happens to quiet your mind. And then the Japanese have this word called hitsundoku, which is acquiring more books than you can ever read. And if you're surrounded by that knowledge, you get intimidated enough to say, maybe I should start reading again. And without that, so the combination of no distraction and an entire panoply and universe of knowledge in front of you, which is crafted by the most beautiful, brave, brilliant people, that it would be a shame to partake of that on nights you get home. That is a great formula for keeping still. And that's the long and short answer. Oh yeah, wow, that's tough. That's like that's one of those questions that you will live to regret. To cheat a bit, the Lord of the Rings trilogy is always something you come back to. So I have this nice leather-bound book set with the illustrations, and they're all nicely wrapped as one book. but yeah, they're all in separate components, including The Hobbit. That's the beauty of a wonderful book or a piece of literature, that you're the one changing, you're the one getting more of it. It stays constant for you. And for me, that's J.R.R. Tolkien. and I'm sure 5 years from now, if I'm happily alive and all that, I will draw more from the Fellowship of the Ring and the Two Towers and the Return of the King, or even there and back again. as I grow older or regress, depending on what happens. But this is the last one, hopefully, because yeah. I think it would have taken me twice as long to get there, but because I had to add this tri-door thing called barrack, I think it sped up the process. so bad idea, but anyway, I'll be fine. I'm not driving today. I think if you study and live in the UK for a bit, you kind of take in a few things without being too pretentious. I'm hoping that isn't one of them. But chuffed, actually, there's no other word like it. It's pleased on steroids. That's what it is for me. I write poetry, so the fewer syllables there are, the more powerful the word. And chuffed beggars description of how good a day you've had, no matter how bad it was. And at the end of the day, you turned it around. You jiu-jitsu a bad day into a good day. You're sharing it with loved ones. And at the end of the day, you're pleased. And with all that entire smorgasbord of words actually falls into this nice rubric called chuffed. There is one, by the way, one left. I'll be shilling this gin lambanog combination soon. It is the best of both worlds. Our European provenance plus our Filipino roots, not a bad combo.